Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, thank you for joining. If you are a returning member, you are also welcome. My name is Tola Oyiwo, aka Tolistica, and I'm a certified relationship counselor. On my channel here and through my other social media platforms, I share wholesome and awesome content, tips and resources on relationships and marriage. So stick with me to the end. As you can tell by the title, in today's video, I'll be sharing a few tips that will help you to honor your spouse. So stick with me to the end. You will agree with me that one of our duties to our spouses is honor. I'm sure you can remember that you actually made that vow on your wedding day. So I will be sharing a few tips to help us to honor our spouses. And the first one I would like to talk about is the fact that you need to acknowledge your spouse's effort, your spouse's help and support to you. Don't take it for granted. Don't don't be an entitled spouse. Don't think that your spouse has to just do things for you. They could choose not to do it for you. So it's important for us to always acknowledge our spouse's effort, our spouse's support and help to us. That's very important. And how do you do this? You can do this by verbalizing it to them. Let them know that you are really grateful, that you appreciate all their effort and your support to you as a person. Another way to do this is to also do this publicly. I'm really big on this. When you are able to achieve a goal, it's important for you to acknowledge your spouses. You know that your spouse has supported you in several ways. I'm of the opinion that we are only able to achieve so much with the support of our spouse. If you have an unsupportive spouse, there might be so little that you'll be able to achieve. It might be difficult to achieve some things, so to achieve some goals, to complete some tasks and all of that. So it's essential for us to always acknowledge our spouse. Don't just assume that, oh, I did it all by myself. No matter how little your spouse's effort is, ensure to acknowledge them and appreciate them for that. That will really go a long way. The second point is to never speak badly about your spouse. If you have issues with your spouse, don't discuss with any other person. I understand that there might be times that you probably require the assistance of a third party, a marriage counselor, but it's important for you to know that whenever you have issues with your spouse, the person you should first talk to is your spouse, and of course God. Do you understand? So it's important for you to speak to your spouse about it instead of talking about them to family and friends. That's very important. The third point is never to raise your voice at your spouse. This is really, really bad. Don't raise you are not talking to your child. So ensure to communicate in a healthy way. Raising your voice at your spouse, whether you are angry, you are stressed, you are under pressure, whatever it is, never raise your voice at your spouse. That's very important. Doing that will make you to dishonor your spouse, and it's not something that should be found in a healthy marriage. So always communicate your grievances to your spouse in love and with respect. Another way to honor our spouses is to never use our perceived advantage, power, money, influence, social status, whatever it is, against our spouse. Know that you are one. So whatever position you find yourself, know that your spouse is also in that position, because God sees you as one. You are one. Once you are married, in a marriage, God sees you as one. So ensure to never use these things, money, power, influence, social status, never to use it against your spouse. When you do that, you are dishonoring your spouse, and you are also setting up yourself for a bad treatment when, God forbid, you have challenges. When those things seems not to be there again, you are setting up yourself. I've seen people who probably when they had money, they treated their spouses badly, and then now they don't have money. You are setting up yourself for failure, for ill treatments in such a situation. So it's important for us to be humble. It's important for us to know that whatever it is, be it power, money, influence, whatever it is, has been bestowed upon us by the Lord. So we must never use that against our spouse. If you have an issue with your spouse, maybe you have a disagreement, it's not a good idea to say that you want to punish your spouse. Your spouse is your spouse, not your child. So don't see your spouse as someone to be punished. Some people might use money or sex as a weapon. Doing that is ungodly. It's not good. It's not a good idea. I remember when I was growing up, there was a particular woman in my neighborhood then that had a car. We all knew her to have a car, and there were sometimes she might not drive. Then whenever people ask her why she wasn't driving, then she would be so quick to let them know that, oh, she had an issue with her husband, and then he has seized her car key. Even as a young child then, I knew that that was wrong. I knew that that was not a good thing to do. you know it's not right to withhold affection, to withhold help, to withhold gifts from your spouse because you have an issue. That's not a good thing to do. Such Behaving in such manner is such a big dishonor to your spouse, and it is not right. Another point I would like to talk about is the fact that we must never allow see finish to enter into our relationship with our spouse. Don't get to that level where you have seen your spouse finish, in quote, so to say, that you no longer honor them, you no longer see them as a big deal. Never allow see finish. When you allow see finish, you are dishonoring your spouse by doing so. With these few points, I really do hope that you've been able to learn one or two things, one or two ways to honor your spouse. And I pray that the Lord will continue to strengthen our relationships and our marriages in Jesus' name. Please do well to leave a comment for me, like, share with others who might find this useful, and don't forget to subscribe as well. I will see you in my next video by God's grace. Bye for now.